Are you or a loved one disabled? Do you feel alone, lost, and confused as to how to win your Social Security case? If you're watching this video, it's probably because you have so many questions and you're desperately looking for the answers. Hi, my name is Avi Libovic, and I'm the owner at Benefits for All and the lead attorney at Avi Libovic and Associates. Over the course of my 20-year career, I've overseen the processing and screening of over 500,000 disability cases, working with the largest hospitals, neighborhood clinics, primary care physicians, and even individuals who had no access to care at all. My strategies for how to win the case have made me one of the top experts in Social Security law in the entire nation. My life and my career were going great. And then one day it all came crashing down. It started first with some abdominal pains. And before I knew it, I'd been admitted to the hospital several times and I required multiple surgeries. I found myself unable to work and disabled and in desperate need of my own benefits. I understand exactly how you feel. I was in your shoes. And I'm going to take you through the process and help you and give you everything that I know so that you can win your case. I'm recovered and I'm back at work. And I have a newfound passion for helping disabled people because I myself have been there too. Call our office today for a free screening and to see how we can help you with your Social Security case. At the same time, enjoy these videos and webinars that we've prepared to help you understand how to win your Social Security case.
Hi everyone, this is Avi Libovic. You're watching another amazing webinar brought to you by Benefits for All, where we teach you how to win your Social Security disability case without paying the cost of an expensive attorney. I'm in a beautiful park in Fletcher, North Carolina. The sun is going down. Very peaceful. You can hear the crickets. Found a little place over here called Adam's Place, which is a little tribute to a gentleman named Adam, who apparently lived only 25 years. Adam David Hill, 25 years, passed away. Doesn't give the reason why, but it said he loved nature. And you can't see with this little bench here, a little sitting area. Adam's Place, check it out. It's very, very calm, very, very soothing. So let's talk about, since we're in North Carolina, let's talk a little about the win rates in North Carolina. I have my notes over here on my phone. It's kind of hard to read paper in the dark, so I hope you don't mind, and I hope you'll work with me when I use my my portable device over here. So now you've watched the webinars. You've learned about the difference between SSI and SSDI. You've learned about applications, requests for reconsiderations, hearings, right? We learned about Social Security Appeals Council. We've even learned about Federal District Court. We're not going to talk right now about Social Security Appeals Council or Federal District Court. We're just going to talk about application, recons, and hearings. Because I know that you're sitting at home, my friends in North Carolina, you're saying to yourself, I want to apply. What do I got to do? What are my chances of winning? Okay, well, you know what you have to do because you've watched the webinars. If you don't know what you have to do, then you need to watch some of those webinars because they'll tell you exactly what you need to do. And as the last part of the sun is going down, but let's talk about what your rates are in North Carolina if you're hoping to win. We're going to do what we do every time, and we're going to look at the country as a whole and the average, and then we're going to look at North Carolina. So on applications, when you take the whole country nationally, some states are high win rates, some states are low win rates. The national average for approvals on applications is 31.7. Sorry, 31.9. I don't want to cheat you out of the 0.02. 31.9, let's just round it to 32. 32% are going to get approved. For every 100 applications, 32 are going to get approved. Okay? When you go ahead and, you hear that? Oh, look at them go. When you go ahead and you look at North Carolina, unfortunately, it's lower than the national average, but don't be too scared. I'm going to explain to you why. It's 25.7. Only 25.7 as opposed to 32 nationally are going to get approved over here. Don't worry. Calm down. I'm going to explain everything to you at the end and why you should not be worried. As we know, after the application, generally there's a request for reconsideration. The request for reconsideration in general is a zone. I call it like the Bermuda Triangle zone, where SSA is trying to separate the good from the bad, the healthy from the unhealthy, right? Those that are disabled from those that are not disabled. They want to, it's not about saving money, but they don't want to clog up the waiting time or the line for the judges at the administrative law hearings. They only want those real, true people who need hearings to go there. So what they do is they have a very low win rate at reconsideration because they want you to break. They want you to drop out. They don't want you to continue. So nationally, the win rate on a reconsideration is 11.3. Out of 100 applications, only 11 are going to win. North Carolina, again, is 2 below that. It's 2 points below that, 9. Only out of 100 applications, 91 are going to get denied, and only 9 are going to get approved. I know, you're flipping out, you're shaking your head, you're saying all hope is lost. It's not. Just wait. Just sit still. Once the request for reconsideration is denied, you have 60 days to request a hearing before an administrative law judge. You remember the hearing, we have tapes on it. The webinars, the hearing request goes to the local ODAR. The request for hearing, right? The paperwork, the form that can either be submitted electronically or at the district office is submitted to your local district office based on your zip code. Once a district office receives it and computes it and processes it, the case will be sent to the ODAR office, Office of Disability Adjudication Review, for what? To go ahead and get you a day in court before a judge, okay? The average wait across the country from the time you submit your hearing request until your hearing request is 349 days. It's a long time, it's a year. I mean, 349 is pretty much 356, you know, it's a year. North Carolina's a little bit higher, it's 376, so it's more than a year. So that means between your time for an application, which might have been 4 to 6 to 8 months, depending on how long your office works, probably closer to 6 or 8 months. Depending on your request for reconsideration, which again could take 4 to 6 months or 8 months, you're already at a year and a half. And then you have 1 year for sure until you get your hearing. You're talking about a 2-year process. Now that doesn't mean you're losing money. It means everything is protected from your application date. It just means that it's a wait. And what's the win rate? Well, nationally, the win rate before a judge is 58.5. The good news for North Carolina is you are above the win rate. You have 63%, and 63% of your cases will get approved. Now, there's 1 or 2 other fine points that I want to talk about for North Carolina, and then we're going to go back to my friends who are very concerned about the application approval rate, which is about 25, is very low, and the reconsideration rate, which was 9, which is also very, very low. The first thing I wanted to tell you is you remember that, in most of the states, driving late, long days, getting cold, right? But we're here for you, and benefits for all. www.benefitsforall.com, right? So check it out. We said that you submit your application to the district office. We learned together on many of the webinars that the application office will process the residency, the citizenship, the income, and the resources. They don't process the medical part, which you would think is the most important part because that's all about whether you're disabled or not. District office only does citizenship, residency, income, and resources. In most states, they then take the medical records and they send it over to DDS. DDS is Disability Determination Services, and they have a medical consultant or a medical examiner or someone who's familiar with medicine look at the medical records. They make the decision, DDS, and then they either say yay or nay, yes or no, back to the district office. And when that happens, the district office then makes a decision. North Carolina is part of a redesigned prototype program where they have a single decision maker, right? That single decision maker is going to take the place of the DDS, meaning instead of sending the medical records to DDS to look at, they have allowed, the state has given authority to the district office to go ahead and have a single decision maker, which means not only will the district office go ahead and review your residency and your citizenship and your income and your resources, but more than that, they will go ahead and they will not send it to DDS because it's a prototype redesign office. They will make the decision on your medical records right there. That actually cuts down the time a little bit, so you may not have to wait the full 8 months or 6 or 9 months like some other states do. You may be able to get a decision much, much quicker, maybe even within 4 months, okay? But it all depends on you. They still need your medical records, so depending how long it takes you to cooperate and fill out the forms and get the medical records and go to the appointments, the consultative examinations, that could take some time. Okay, so let's get to why all of you are so nervous. We said that there's a very low rate for approval at the application, a very low rate for approval at the reconsideration. 25% excuse me, and 9%, excuse me. Why don't I want you to be worried? It's very simple. Still see? Just a little bit, right? So pretty. All right. I'll tell you why you don't need to be worried. We're going to go with the reconsideration. Only 9% get approved, right? Application, only 25% approve. I'm only worried about right now you, the person who's watching this video. I don't know, when you said 9% is approved, I don't know those other 91 people out of 100. I never met them. I never heard of them. They don't know me. For all I know, they're just out of a job. They just need some extra money. For all I know, they just didn't go to their medical record. They didn't go to their medical examinations. Their medical record is undeveloped. They're not taking their medications. They didn't fill out the forms, excuse me. They didn't use the buzzwords and the keywords, which is what we talked about, which is using very descriptive words to fill out your forms. They didn't do that. So you know what? They are going to lose because they didn't watch these webinars. They didn't take the time like you did to sit and to study and to take notes and to think and to understand, oh, I see what I have to do to fill this out. I see what I have to do to get approved. That's why you'll be one of the 9 in the reconsideration that wins, or one of the 25 that's part of the application that wins. Those other people, I mean, I care about them, but I don't know who they are. Let them lose, let you win. That's my approach. Let them lose, or let them buy our webinars, or let them figure it out. You be the winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, right? You know when something sparkles and something twinkles and it stands out, right? You go to pick at some point or another, hopefully if everyone gets married at some point or another, if you're a man, you go and you buy a diamond ring for your, excuse me, oh my, you buy a diamond ring as an engagement gift. You go to the jeweler and there's a whole bunch of diamonds there. How do you pick which one you like? I mean, they're different cuts, different shapes, different sizes, different grades. Somehow, some way, the one that twinkles the most, the one that catches your eye, you say, that's the one I want. I like that one. It just calls out to you. The techniques that you're learning is going to help these medical records, help these applications, help these forms. Just call out to the person who's reviewing your case. It's just going to call out. Trust me, I know. I know, trust me. So don't worry about those other people. You just worry about you. Now, 2 other points. The first point is I am not your doctor. I mean, clearly you figured that out. So when you listen to this tape, I'm assuming, maybe I'm not supposed to assume because I heard this thing when you were little, you take the letters from assume, A-S-S-U-M-E, and it says when you assume something, you make an ass, A-S-S, out of you and me. Assume, ass out of you and me. So I don't want to say I'm assuming, but I'm working on the understanding that you've already been to the doctor. You've already had a medical examination. Your doctor's already checked you out. Your doctor's had a conversation with you that says, yes, based on what I'm seeing here, it clearly seems that number 1, remember the criteria of the webinar. Number 1, you have a severe impairment. Number 2, it's expected to last 12 or more months. Number 3, it's so bad and it's so limiting in terms of your residual functional capacity, you cannot earn SGA. You can work a little bit, but not over SGA. Number 4, sequential evaluation, right? You can't return to your old job. And number 5, you can't enter the job in the national economy. So I'm assuming that you've already had that conversation with your doctor. If you didn't, push pause, go find a doctor, go get examined, and then come back. Okay, so I'm assuming that your doctor's already said, yes, I think that you're going to be disabled. With that, since you know that the doctor said medically you're disabled, it's my job now as your friend, as your instructor, as your professor, as your advocate, as your quasi-online attorney, although I'm not officially your attorney because you haven't hired me, I'm here to help you, to prop you up, to give you encouragement, to give you instructions, to give you direction, procedures, policies. I'm going to show you how to win. So I don't want you, if you're sitting home now, to be frustrated, my friends in North Carolina, about the low win rate at application. And I don't want you to be frustrated about the low win rate at reconsideration. You know why? Because you're watching the videos. You're listening to what you need to do so that you can win. And when you do that, you are going to win. And not only going to win, you're not going to have to pay the cost of an expensive attorney that's usually associated, right? 25% or $6,000, whichever is less. 25% or $6,000 of your money. I'm going to teach you how to do it for free. Well, meaning you're not going to have to pay the attorney. You have to buy the webinars, you know, and there's a value to buying the webinars. Someone once told me that if you're going to go ahead and give something to someone for free, like something like this, like a webinar, it has no value if it's free. You need to charge them at least $1 or a quarter. Because when someone spends at least $1 or whatever is a quarter, I just said a quarter, $1, when they spend at least $1, they're giving a value. It has some value. So we don't give anything for free, okay? It's your time, it's your investment. It's your body, it's your health, it's your life, it's your money, it's your benefits. Okay? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Justice for all. Justice for all is all about due process. It's all about making sure you have your day in court. It's all about making sure that Social Security follows the rules and the procedures that they must follow. They must send you notice. They must make it notice in a language that you understand. It must be delivered to your home properly. There's so many parts to this that over the years people have told me it's not fair, it's not fair, it's not fair. I want justice. And you know what? And justice for all. We're going to get your justice. Not only going to get your justice and benefits for all, we're going to get your benefits, okay? It's benefits for all, benefits for everyone who's entitled, but it's benefits for you. You're the one who has to win. You're the one watching these webinars, and you're the one who is going to be smiling at the end of the day because you put in the hard work. My name is Avi Libovic, www and Benefits for All. If we can help you, give a call to our screening center, okay? Some of you may have started the process on your own and realized that physically or emotionally, or if you're fatigued, you're short of breath, you can't handle it, it's too much, whatever, the medications make you tired. It could be that you tried and it's not for you, and we're happy to help. Okay, but in the meantime, I will show you how to win your Social Security case. For those who trust me, and for those who watch the webinars, and those who follow, I will show you how to win your case without having to pay the cost of an expensive attorney. Until next time, my friends, I'm Avi Libovic. Tell everyone about these webinars, watch them, it's going to be great, okay? North Carolina, the sun is just there right behind the mountains, right? Smoky Mountains, right? Smoky Mountains. Coming out of Tennessee, South Carolina, North Carolina, the whole region here is just awesome. I never want to leave. I don't know how I'm going to go home. I've been hanging out here for like 4 or 5 days already, just going place to place. I don't want to leave. Okay, but I have to. Anyways, all the best and benefits for all. Thank you very much.